So I agree with you about Arsenal not being enjoyable to watch at all. Look, growing up, I wasn't an Arsenal supporter, but I would be lying to you if I at least didn't enjoy watching them play football. With the whole Henri, Pires, Bergkamp, that era was so much fun, and they were good even in this decade. And even through the Ozil regime and the Van Persie regime. Anyways, it was fun. Even when it wasn't good, it was fun. They had their moments. Even towards Wenger's last season, there were definitely like a few goals of the season. It's like, wow, that's Wenger ball. Has not improved under Emery. Certainly has not improved under Arteta. I don't know where to start with this. I guess we can start with Ceballos. So the Kiyan shot that you spoke about, Ceballos is. I think there was just like a lack of urgency to close Kiyan's shot. Maybe because it was like from 40 yards, but it nearly goes in, and Ceballos apologizes afterwards. The whole Ceballos experience. And by the way, when you said like no one is really doing anything, I think the one player, and I would push back a little bit on you, and it's only because of this one player, is Saka. I think Saka at least tries to make things happen on the left. Now, because Saka's playing decent on the left, Aubameyang also playing centrally in and out of the lineup, I think Aubameyang could do that when he was on the left. He was more involved, and not so much now. But so let's talk about Ceballos, I guess, mostly because this is Lone Tracker and this is a Real Madrid podcast. I thought he was okay. And he was a slightly more advanced than El Neni in this game. I don't love him in a deep role, mostly because I find he's not really involved in the team's flow of play. He drops deep. He can kind of maybe dictate things from deep, and that's fine. I enjoyed the Real Betis version of Ceballos the most of his career so far, mostly because it was frenetic. He was pressing high. He was very energetic. He was involved. He could get into pockets of space offensively in the final third. He could dribble his way out of things. And I don't know, with Arsenal, the way they play and the way he kind of hangs deep, I just feel like he's kind of it makes him too passive. One thing that I don't know how we've gotten this far in the podcast and haven't talked about it yet, his red card. His to me red card offense that never got even reviewed. Because I was watching that in real time. I was like, that's nasty. And then I saw the replay and I was like, that's nasty. That's going to be a send-off offense. They didn't review it. The commentators were watching it. They didn't even bring it up. They were like, there's nothing there. And I was really confused about it. I was like, did I see the right thing? And then I go on Twitter. I see people are like posting it on Twitter. He shouldn't have even been on the field in the second half. I mean, I guess if you're being lenient, you could have given him a yellow. But what did you think of that play?
No, that was I'm with you. That was a stomp. Like, he literally studs on the back of whoever it was, calf. Like, that was clear as day red card. And they didn't even video review, right? Like, they didn't even look at it. Like, they just kind of played on and like nothing happened. It was kind of ridiculous. And yeah, I'm so with you on the Dani Ceballos Betis comparison. Like, I've said it a million times. I just feel like he's so reserved in this role and so limited. Like, you don't get to see the best of Ceballos. So when I think of Ceballos, I think of like the magic he can produce dribbling and some curling shots, and like he's more of a final third player. I don't like him in this. He's all the way in his defensive third most of the time, just picking it up and passing it either to Hector Bellerin or Pepe on the right. And that's pretty much all he does. Like, he doesn't, and then just trying to run around when he's not athletic and cover gaps as much as possible. Like, this isn't the best role for him. And he did a decent job in the summer. Like, I really, really enjoyed him in the summer and thought, okay, maybe this can work out. But the system was much more cohesive then. Players were informed, so it worked for him. But right now, it's just, you're kind of seeing over a long period of time. And now I tweeted this out, like, it's been 18 months of Ceballos at Arsenal. Has it been good enough? For me, no. I mean, there's been maybe his first couple games and then that blip in the summer. That's about it when he was really, really good. The rest has been just kind of
Yeah, that's about right. I would like to see him, we've seen him under a couple of managers now, and I would like to see him in a different role. That's just my take. In this game, Xhaka was suspended, Partey is still injured. So, I think a double pivot, I guess, made sense in this context. But I'm kind of talking about more of a general thing with him.